Hi there. In this video we are going to be installing this ANRATTA, hopefully, combined microwave and convection oven in this work in progress IKEA kitchen. It's method, that's the model of the kitchen. Took this thing out of the box. These things were on top of the box somehow there, and yeah, looking nice. Now I need to search for its manuals. Most likely will you come off somehow? I need to see how I can open it. Probably I need to remove this first, shouldn't I? Okay, that's removed. Nope, still not working. Okay, I don't know how to open this thing up officially. Found it. Yes, it was like this. This is just for transport, obviously. And this has a really nice spring-loaded mechanism. So it's really nice how it opens up and closes. But as you can see, we are actually pushing with the edge into this. So I'm just going to do the minimum to get out the manual and see how I need to install it in there. What was inside? This tray, which honestly is quite big. So this thing has more inside surface than you would expect, which is perfect. The spinning fly, I hope that I didn't pay for that, IKEA, did I? The glass from the microwave and a grill. And probably nothing underneath. Is this stainless steel or aluminum? Anyway, doesn't really matter. Looks good inside. I like what I see up until now. Construction seems okay. I wonder if this is the type of stainless steel that leaves marks when you touch it, creates marks. Up until now, doesn't seem to be, because I have that thing, you can see marks all over it, and it sucks. I have that thing, 0 marks. So I hope this is with 0 marks, and I just need to remember to never touch that. Anyway, let's check the manuals. Hopefully only one of them is relevant, and see how to install this. This thing has maximum 2800 watts. Which means that it's perfect, and I can use one of those standard sockets without hesitation, because this is at, I don't know, 12-13 amps, and those sockets take 16 amps without problems. Perfect. This is what you get in the package. These, I think, are just some spacers, some screws. That's metal, and this is just a cover that will come right here at the top. And this, if you want to install it like this, you need one of these kits. But I'm not in that situation. I'm not installing it like that. I'm installing it like this. So basically the kitchen planner gave me automatically one of these shelves. So next we will be installing that, and I need to install it at 450 millimeters from the top of the cabinet. So I will check from here to where we have 450 millimeters, and this thing will be going in there. So that's what I'm doing next, putting those type of screws in, 6 of them, and they will latch into this thing. Quite simple. You know that from the start I commented on this, and I don't like that this is breaking when inserting screws. Well, I found out a way, almost at the end, how you can limit the breakage. You simply push on the screw a lot when it starts to go in. So you push on it really hard, and then the breakage is way less compared to the variant where you are not pushing that hard. It still breaks a bit, but it's better than this. But anyway, this should be a bit more flexible, the coating on this. This is in place. Also put that air vent. These things, as you can see, are deep in there and locked. You don't need to do anything to lock them, you just push this down and it goes into them. And now I just need to basically drill a hole for the cable to pass through, the electrical cable. Also installed this rail with two small white screws, the rest of them are black. Bottom profile painted OMI. Okay, now next thing, this will go up here. We need to remove the protection from the glue itself, and we need to use there are two spacers of this type, like this, to make sure we have the correct distance between the profile and the countertop. Took out the spacers, and in theory they tell you to throw them away. I will keep them for other things. And if you want, you can peel off the protection, but I will wait to put the oven itself back in place to not scratch this. I think there's an error in the manual. I put this at 45 centimeters from the countertop, exactly as they tell me here. But this thing does not fit, so I need to move it at 50 centimeters from the countertop. So IKEA, error here, problem, not good. Finally, this thing is in place. So yeah, the info in there was a mistake, it seems, from IKEA's part. The wire is passed through. It will be plugged in there after I put a connector at the end of it. And yeah, for the moment, all is looking perfect. Now I just need to open this thing once again and put two black screws in those holes to lock it in place and make sure the distance is perfect on both sides. Awesome. This thing is looking great. This is orientation. It has an important orientation, doesn't work in any direction. Let's put all of these things in place. Rotate this until it falls down. Okay, perfect. This will be the configuration. It will be mostly used probably as a microwave and as an oven from time to time. But honestly, it's looking really good. I really like it for being, what can I say, one of the cheap alternatives from IKEA. That's the cheap for this combination, not for electrical simple ovens. Let's peel the thing off. That's anticlimactic. I should have peeled it before. Anyway, I will do it off video. I hoped it will be nicely, but no, it will go nicely, but no. Barely managed to peel the protection from the top part in 1,000 parts with that, a cutter. So IKEA, please step up your peeling game. I don't like it. Removed the transport lock. Two simple screws. Now you simply open it as you'd expect. I will be using for electrical connection this Legrand EU plug, but the wires are way too long stripped here. Probably I will cut them somewhere around here and re-crimp them in place and then plug it in. The three wires are 1.5 millimeters each. So again, this thing is more than enough. And whoever stuck the label onto this thing, I hate you. Labels should peel off easily without letting goo behind them. Wires connected. I even took attention that the phase is on the right side, exactly as I have it in my sockets. And now I just simply close this thing up fully and be done with it. Looked a bit more at this thing and it seemed just a bit too well made to be just something for transport. It could have been just simple plastic, but no, they have this spring metal in here, spring sheet metal. They have this, which is glossy. And I started reading the user manual, not the install manual. And it seems this is a protection, probably for little children. So having them in the house, this thing goes right back in there for safety, because this is quite strong and only an adult could push it. As you can see, I'm barely bending it while holding it in one hand. To push it out of the way, only an adult could do that. So this being installed in the bottom cabinets, in reach of small children, this goes right back in there. Okay, above this thing, I think I will glue this, which is, I don't know, it reflects heat basically, to protect a bit better. Something like this above the dishwasher. But I didn't buy two of them, and I put that on the dishwasher because that gives a lot of humidity. This not so much, but I already have this, which basically will have the same purpose. Should have glued it earlier, but I will glue it on the outside edge and then push it with something under this, because this cannot be removed once this is installed, and I'm not removing this for sure for the moment at least. Well, this is what I managed to do. Camera focus please. It's not perfect, but yeah, camera focus today please. Anyway, it is what it is, better than nothing, but if you want to install it before putting this thing in. But at least it will protect a bit from the heat and the moisture, of course. Getting ready to start this thing for the first time. Plug it in, and in theory it will ask us to, yeah, as you can see, the missus has started to populate all of these cabinets. In theory it's on, and at this point I press on this button and rotate it. It should be 17. Let me just check on my phone. Is it an OK here? I think it's an OK. And from here we go to 35. Probably 36 by now. Okay. What else? Let's see how we get in the other functions. Maybe when this is closed. I wanted to set brightness and stuff. I think it's in standby because the door wasn't open. Okay. No. Cancel. Yikes. I don't want this. I want to set the brightness and echo mode and whatnot. Haha, that's what you get when you don't properly read the manual. So from this thing, we can go back to settings. Okay, we have clock right here, and I think from this one we change sound. Okay, it's on. I want it on. Brightness, it's mid. Yeah, for me it's good enough level. Let's see next. Echo mode, it's off. So in 3 minutes it will dim the display. If you set it to on, it will dim the display in 1 minute after you finished. 3 minutes sounds good enough for me. I don't think this consumes that much power. And this, echo, brightness, sound and clock. If you want to adjust the clock once again. But for me it's already adjusted, so get back out of here. And that's the middle level. But now, I think I'm setting a timer here. Ooh, let's see, can I cancel it? Yep, I can cancel it. Ha! So this actually doesn't really matter where it remains, you can leave it anywhere. This one, based on its position, it means something. And that position doesn't change. Always stop is clock, it's 0, it's stopped. And like this, go settings, preheat, and defrost, grill, combi, microwave, anyway, whatever. But this one can remain wherever, but my OCD is kicking in and I need to make it be here, but I can cancel it. And now from the OK, or yeah, it locked once again. It's like I'm putting something in here, and when I close it, it can do 30 seconds microwave full blast 900 watts, and it will heat up whatever you need in there. And to start, you just give it an OK, but I need to put what I need to heat in there first. Being the first time this thing is being started, I think I'm not going to put anything in and just give it an OK. Press start. Wait, which one of them is start? Yep, that's start. Ha! So at this point this thing is doing its thing, giving out air through this vent right here, presumably drawing it in through here or something. And it's just microwaving at 900 watts, but there's nothing to heat up in there. I just want it for the first time to run in free air. And let's see how it beeps when it actually ends the program. Three beeps. That's okay. My previous oven was beeping 5 times and it was highly annoying. Okay. I don't think it will do anything at this point. Or will it? Ah, from there you can shut it off fully. It remains, the fan remains on to make sure it cools itself down, so you don't have stagnant heat inside this thing. And yeah, that's cool. So each time you open the door, automatically this comes up. That's pretty cool. And this is cancel, this is start, this is cancel, it seems. Okay, I can hit up stuff now and start to use this thing with the basic settings. We will learn the deeper ones in time. And if you are wondering where the electronics board is in this thing, it's right here. And how did I find out that? It seems to be making a bit of light in this area when starting and when stopping. So not sure if there's a LED in there somewhere that's doing that, or a relay is making a bit of an electrical arc or something, but yeah, I don't know. On the other side we also have stuff in here, as you can see. I'm going to attempt to show you that it's making some sort of internal flame or something. And that was it. So I have no idea if that's just the white relay and we are seeing the spark when opening the contacts inside of the relay, or it's some other problem, but I have a warranty on it. I cannot open it up to check, so we will wait and see. If you have one of these, please take a look when it's finishing. The microwave process is doing this. Mine. Take a look in this area somewhere and see if you have a weird spark when it's finishing microwaving. If you have one, then yeah, we are seeing the spark inside the relay when it's opening, and that shouldn't be an issue. But if only mine does it, probably it will fail sooner or later. You know, this is a Whirlpool because we can see there 6th sense. I don't know if in the IKEA configuration it actually has something that is similar to 6th sense from Whirlpool, but at least the display for sure is on other Whirlpool models. If you forget your food in this thing, it will beep at you, I don't know, maybe once half a minute. It will remember, hey, you've got heated food in here, don't forget, which is cool. I've just seen a problem with this thing. It randomly thinks the door is open for a moment, which it's kind of weird. I think the switch is too sensitive. Doesn't seem to be. Using this for the first time as a convection oven. In theory, this is the setting. It's waiting for me to press start to begin. It's forced air, the mode it's in. I don't know if you are supposed to preheat it first or not, but for what we are cooking doesn't really make any difference. We will let it at 175 degrees, which is default, and basically give it an okay, and we will watch through the door how everything cooks. For the moment we just removed everything that's related to microwave, and we'll put in the tray. And yes, just wanted to mention, the button doesn't seem to be no longer an issue. Everything is working normally. The flash that we see in there didn't do anything bad either, so this is a working oven at the moment. Microwave or convection. Okay, so we have mushrooms with some tiny eggs. I will write on the video how the bird is called, because they are not chicken, obviously. And let's cook these things, hopefully well. Standard seems to be 20 minutes, but we will check it and increase the time if required. But it's working for the moment. More than 18 out of 20 minutes have passed, and these things are not yet ready, but looking good, and baby in the background. So we will increase the time, I think, like this. Put it in there and continue. So we increased the time with at least 1 minute, and we will increase it maybe more until these things are ready. And yes, if you open the door, when you close it back, you need to press on OK for this thing to continue, because otherwise it just pauses and doesn't cook anymore. Almost finished with the oven part. Now we are using the grill for a moment on them, just to give them an interesting top. So hopefully that will be good. And it finished. Ta-da! Looking good. And you can see a bit of moisture, and that thing that I put in there protecting everything, which is great. So at this point it's telling us it's hot, and it's showing us the remaining temperature in there, which is quite cool. As you can see, it's dropping. With this open it should drop even faster. Let's cook a Halloween monster pizza. Put it in, obviously. Set this thing to forced induction, 200 degrees. Okay, 13 minutes as per instructions. Okay, start, and wait for it to finish. And daughter anxiously waiting in the background. Let's check it out and see. Ooh, looking good. Okay, so that's about it. Let's close the door, because my daughters are in here and I don't want them putting their fingers in here. This thing is awesome, working as expected. Zero issues with it whatsoever. I ignore the flashing. Yes, it smells good. My daughter smelling the pizza. No, we don't want to burn yourself. Okay, let's end the video. This thing works, I like it. I wouldn't buy a more expensive version, I don't see any reason. Just as the video ends, I'm showing you this thing can also bake quite well. Perfect. I just couldn't end the video without showing you these juicy ribs. Yum, yum, yum. So this oven is really good. Just wanted to show you something else. Whatever is under this oven stays completely cool. This thing is cool to the touch, and this has been running for almost half an hour. The only thing that's a bit hot is this, but it's hot, not hot, sorry, a bit warm, because the oven is actually outputting hot air through this gap right there. But yeah, so it's really well insulated. But I need to admit that in a dedicated oven, without all the protection on the front for the microwaves part of the oven, and taller, so it has the bulb in a higher position, yes, you can see the food much better. So yeah, there's a little disadvantage in our oven. And it's about 2 years later since starting to film this video. Yep, time flies. We bought also this grill tray, not sure how it's called. It's 45 centimeters in length and 34 centimeters in width. And yeah, some things just work way better on this, and with the big original tray, full original tray at the bottom of the oven. So yeah, we just wanted something like this, so we bought a universal one with those sizes. And that's about it. This thing, camera focus please, still looking good, still working good. Yes, it still makes that flash of light right there in the microwave mode. Not sure what it is. I think it's the relay. Let me try and see if we can get it to do it again. Maybe now. Ah, it wants to have the door opened. Opened it. No, didn't do it this time. It just does it randomly. So my daughter is coming in. Wait just a second. Let's see when it stops, if it does it once again. One moment. Nah, and it seems it just does it when it wants to, not every single time. So just a bit of weirdness in there, but yeah, hopefully it will not fail just when the warranty is over. But nothing that I can do. I'm not going to get it out of here just for making that randomly. So yeah, that's about it. I do recommend it. This does clean quite easily and doesn't get dirty by itself. Really nice. And daughters in the background, so I must see what they want. Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments, and as always, see you in the next one. Bye.